Hey friends, and welcome to this new video. We're finally here. Only 10 days left until Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 releases, and you can really feel the wait. Day after day, the hype keeps growing, and every small detail that comes out feels like it adds another piece to what's coming. In this video, I want to sort everything out and take you with me through the most recent news released by the developers. We'll talk about official messages posted on Discord. In fact, in the recent days, one of the Mob Entertainment team wrote some messages with some audios. We can't ignore everything related to the ARG. In fact, in the next Wednesday we will see the end of the ARG, and in that day they will post something important. Maybe they will announce a brand new mascot. And get ready, because more news is coming very soon. One thing above all, the final trailer, which according to many should drop very soon. It could be released at the end of the countdown. Either way, we're really close to the decisive moment. Before we jump into the main part of the video though, let me ask you something real quick. If you enjoy the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me a lot to keep bringing new Poppy Playtime content and to follow all the updates together until Chapter 5 releases. And of course, even after. That said, I think we're ready to really start. Let's go see what the developers have released, what's been written on Discord. Now let's move on to the first topic and start with the official messages written on Discord. The new messages were written directly from Toby, one of the members of Mob Entertainment. Toby wrote some messages and shared some audio files on Discord. Specifically, there are two audios. One is called Chapter 5 Finale and the other Spoiler. Names that obviously don't go unnoticed and not with vague words. If we listen to these audios, we can notice that they don't contain new dialogue or mysterious sentences, but the audio of Lemon, which is that voice we hear every time we collect a lemon in the various chapters of Poppy Playtime. The lemon has always been an Easter egg throughout the chapters of Poppy Playtime. It has always been hidden, never placed in an obvious way, almost like a small secret for players who explore the environment carefully. It doesn't really serve a purpose for progressing the story, but over time it has become a symbol for the most attentive players. With these messages and these audios shared on Discord, we now have an official confirmation. Even in Chapter 5 there will be a lemon to find as an Easter egg. So also in Chapter 5 there will be a lemon, and we can find it if we want to find the Easter egg in the game. I still clearly remember when, in Chapter 1, the lemon was added with the 2023 update. At that time, many people started theorizing that it could be a clue connected to some mysterious character, or maybe to something bigger hidden in the game's lore. Some theories were really wild, others were actually very interesting. And in the end, maybe the lemon is just a fun Easter egg. And that's exactly what makes theories so great. Even the smallest detail can spark huge discussions and unexpected connections. So yes, even in Chapter 5 we'll need to keep our eyes wide open. Because sometimes, in games like Poppy Playtime, it's precisely the smallest things that hide the most interesting meanings. Well, now let's move on to the second topic, and now let's talk about another very interesting message, this time coming from Jeffrey Kung. Jeffrey Kung is the lead level designer of Poppy Playtime Chapter 5, so he's a key figure in the development of the game. He's the person who works directly on the level structure, the pacing of exploration, the environments, the tension moments, and how the player experiences the game step by step. On his LinkedIn profile, Jeffrey Kung shared a post that at first glance might seem simple. In that post, he reshared the video we already saw last Wednesday, so nothing completely new from a visual point of view. But the important detail isn't the video itself, it's the message that comes with it. In the text of the post, Jeffrey Kung wrote a very clear sentence: "We're almost there." A short sentence, but one that carries a lot of weight. Coming from someone who is directly working on Chapter 5, it's definitely not a random phrase. It's a very direct way of saying that the work is basically at the finish line, that we're really in the final steps before release. This sentence connects perfectly with the waiting time we're experiencing right now. The countdown to Chapter 5 is getting shorter and shorter day after day. We're in that final phase where every update, every message, and every word shared by the developers feels more important than it did months ago. Today is February 8th, and there are only 10 days left until the official release of Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. 10 days is nothing, especially considering how long we've been waiting for this chapter. The countdown is getting closer and closer to the end, and you can clearly feel it in the way the developers are communicating. Messages like this transmit a very specific feeling. We're truly at the final stretch, and when someone as important as the lead level designer says, "We're almost there," it's hard not to directly connect it to the upcoming release of the game. This message also adds to all the other signals we've been seeing lately. Everything is converging toward the same point. The wait is almost over, and Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 is right around the corner. Now it's the time for the third topic, and now let's really get ready, because these 10 days will be extremely important. The closer we get to the end of the countdown, the more active mob entertainment will become, as they prepare everything for the game's release. We've entered that phase where every single day could turn into an important day. We're no longer talking about long waits or long periods of silence anymore. Now it only takes one move for something big to drop, something that could completely change how we're looking at Chapter 5. And pay attention, because when I talk about important news, I'm not referring only to the most obvious things. Of course, there's the final trailer, which everyone is waiting for and which could arrive at any moment. There's also the possible reveal of the new mascot, which we know is always a central element in every Poppy Playtime chapter. But it doesn't end there. Other news could also arrive, maybe more quietly, but still very relevant. For example, the announcement of new official merchandise dedicated to the Chapter 5 characters. This is something Mob Entertainment has already done in the past, and these kinds of announcements often arrive right in the days leading up to the game's release. At the same time, we can't rule out new messages on Discord. Messages from the developers, short phrases, images, audio clips, or small details that at first might seem minor, but then turn into perfect material for new analyses and new theories. In this phase, even a single word can carry a huge weight. What's certain is that if and when important news comes out, I'll analyze it together with you. We'll take our time, connect everything with what we already know, and try to build all the final theories for these last days before release. We are truly in the final phase of the wait, and honestly, I think this will be one of the most interesting parts of the entire road toward Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. And now we are in the final part of this video. Let's do a quick recap of everything we talked about today. We discussed the official messages on Discord, the audio files shared by Toby, and the confirmation that even in Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 there will be the lemon as an Easter egg. Then we moved on to Jeffrey Kung's message on LinkedIn with that "we're almost there," which says a lot about where the development of the game is right now. And finally, we talked about why these last 10 days will probably be the most important ones, with possible news dropping at any moment. Now there's only one thing left to do: stay tuned. Because from now until the release of Chapter 5, literally anything could come out, and every new detail could completely change our theories. As soon as there are updates, trailers, messages, or important announcements, I'll bring them straight to the channel and we'll analyze everything together. Thank you so much to everyone for watching the video until the end. Thank you for the support you give to the channel and for all the comments and theories you share under the videos. They are always super interesting to read. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates about Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. Bye bye and see you soon.